My question was about when you first have an idea for a story, how do you know if it's worth telling, if it's worth going all the way through screenplay?
That is a very important question for a writer to ask themselves. Is this idea worth being a motion picture? Is it worth months, years perhaps of my life in order to bring this into a screenplay and finally into a film? I mean, it's very important whether you know to know whether or not an idea is really worth devoting that much of your life to it, with always with the possibility of failure. And so that is why I teach this technique. You take that idea that inspires you and you work with it until you find a story in a simple step outline, 1 or 2 sentences per event, what happens. And when you get to a story that you really like, and you like your ending and your way it's developed, and it moves you and you're excited about this, or you think it's really a good story, then you take that story to other people and you tell them the story from your outline. You don't let them read the outline. That would be too cryptic for them to follow. But you pitch them, as we say. You pitch the story to them and you watch their reactions. And if you can get 7 out of 10 people to go, wow, what a great story, every time you pitch it. Now, you'll never get 10 out of 10. But if you get 7 or 8 people out of 10 to go, wow, what a great story, then you've got a story worth pursuing. But if you pitch your story to people and they yawn and they look out the window and they're confused and they start questioning you about this and that, one thing or another, then you've got problems. And then you have to realize that this idea, as much as I like it, doesn't work for other people. And so that's where you make the determination as to whether or not you're going to continue with this, is can you get other people to be hooked, held, and satisfied by your story in a little 10-minute pitch. When you can do that, when the majority of people go, wow, then you've got an idea worth pursuing. But if you can't entertain people, hook them and hold them and pay off their interest in 10 minutes, it's not going to get any better when it gets bigger.